Hi friends, welcome to this session on changing hostname on Red Hat or CentOS 7. With Red Hat 7, Red Hat introduced new utilities to manage hostname efficiently. As we all remember, in Red Hat 6 we were using /etc/sysconfig/network file to maintain our hostname. Whenever we update hostname, that was not a dynamic activity. We have to take reboot so that new hostname can take effect. With Red Hat 7, we got hostname CTL command. Beauty of command is that we can dynamically manage hostname. So before I jump to technical session, I want to give you a little bit theory on hostnaming on Red Hat 7. First thing, Red Hat 7 got three hostname classes. First is static, then second transient, third pretty. The static hostname is traditional hostname, which user can choose, and that is stored in etc hostname file. The transient hostname is dynamic hostname, which is maintained by kernel. You can use your DHCP or MDNS servers to manage transient hostname. And the third is pretty. Pretty hostname is free from UTF-8 hostname, and that is for presentation to user. So presentation to user mean what you want user to see. Let's say you got a server which is acting as database server. So you can set pretty hostname as MySQL database server, your primary database server, or if that is acting as application server, you can mention Apache application server or any application server, whatever that server is functioning. Let's come to Red Hat recommendation. Red Hat recommend hostname should be less than 64 characters. That's the first recommendation. Second recommendation, both static and transient hostname match the FQDN name used for machine in DNS. So what it means, if you go to DNS record as master.opensky.home, so similar hostname should be set on your machine. If there is conflict, so that may give problem to your application or your database. And third, static and transient name should consist 7-bit ASCII lowercase character, no spaces or dot. That's Red Hat recommendation. And now hostname CTL tool. This tool will enforce that hostname should consist of lowercase character, uppercase character, numbers between 0 to 9, then hyphen, underscore and dot. And make sure when you are setting hostname shouldn't end with dot, and there shouldn't two dots together in your hostname. So that's a Red Hat recommendations. And now we will do this practically. I will explain how we can check hostname and how we can change it manually. So I'm logged on to one server, and let's check what is the present configuration. First thing, I can check etc hostname file. If you see, at present hostname is set to localhost.local domain, and now we can check same using hostname CTL command. Hostname CTL status. If you see, this is the information. This command is very handy or helpful. If you see, this is a static hostname, and this is virtualized platform, and VMware is the virtualization type. This is architecture, and this is on CentOS 7. Okay, let's change the hostname now. So to change hostname, same command, hostname CTL, then we will use switch set hostname, and that hostname which you want to set, I want to modify it to master.opensky.home. That's a FQDN name. Enter. Now let's verify with same command, hostname CTL status, whether hostname is changed or not. Enter. If you see, static hostname is changed to master.opensky.home, and virtualization that I already discussed. Now let's run uname -a command. If you see, this is the new hostname, master.opensky.home. Maybe you will be thinking, why here it is still showing localhost. Why this is not updated? Because I am on session. If I open new session, this will be updated to my new host name. And let's check what is the transient host name now. To check transient host name, I can run hostname ctl command. I can use ---- transient, enter. If you see, transient name is similar to static hostname, or I can show you how to check static hostname. If you don't want to use hostname ctl status command, then you can run here, you can use switch static, enter. If you notice, both transient and static host names are similar. Now let's check pretty host name, which I told you in introduction, pretty, pretty. It is set to blank. This is not updated by default. If you want to set pretty host name, I will show you how we can set it. Hostname ctl set hostname, and let's say I want to name it as Yogesh primary DNS server. So this is my pretty host name. If you noted, I have kept the whole host name in braces. And then ---- pretty, I have to use keyword ---- pretty, enter. So now check what is the pretty host name. If you see, that is Yogesh primary DNS server, which we just set. So that's a benefit. You can use your pretty host name for identification purpose, like this is your Active Directory server or your application server or web server, up to you. And let's verify whether etc hostname file got new updated hostname. If you see, yeah, this file is automatically updated. This is the first way to change hostname in Red Hat 7. The other way, I can simply modify etc hostname file and take a reboot. Once I take reboot, new hostname will be active. But I never prefer to do it manually, because we got hostname ctl utility. With hostname ctl utility, we can dynamically change the hostname. And if you want to see whether this local host getting changed to new hostname or not, let me show you. IP of this machine is 90.10.10. Let's make a new session to this IP, SSH 90.10.20. Yes, I'm typing root password. I'm just logging into this machine only. Okay, I'm on this machine only. So if you see now, hostname is master. So that's hostname ctl utility, friends. I have prepared a PDF document explaining all the things. If you need that document, on my YouTube video, you can leave your comment with your, and you can mention your email ID. I am more than happy to send that PDF document to you. Thanks a lot for watching this video. See you soon.